na ene ejamfo ene adonfo a ebeta e chinyina be hese aha no eye okay a na nyame ne hene ono ana ye boafo ono ana ye twitwagefo ono ana ye kamafo enti check hono so edadin a se bon end this stream na mesrew na wayende enti switch na fa line up ne to so mame good fa line up no fa to so mame na yes jumadi na mitimi kwa na well Kumasi Asante Kotoko secure a victory over Kwara United home and away. Kotoko Shobu home and Osaka Shoma away, and Asante Kotoko qualify to the second preliminary and our prelims round of the CAF Confederations Cup, and is set to play a gigantic clash against WAC of Morocco. And no any headlines. We any headlines. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Aka to my friend Kwara United. A cheat at the ato form by 1-0. A branch friend Hubert Gyau and at the ball at Wattenham. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I qualify a 5-3 on aggregate. A home come any baby. Dear see Munina wish a video to be muhu dear course. Na yet the home seminal at the Abramo. Na yet me at the air and yoma. Etimi I come and more online I'm stream no so no ultimate no comments no bar nana Coach Karim Zito observation where Jumani Adru so the real near the ratings no so no at the piece so at the amamo near kind of comments no at the end of the day now and a Coach Karim Zito exercise the system or the ball home match was different from system or the ball away game. Coach Karim Zito ofie echo an expansive attacking game. Enti ofie no obo Kamara impose Hamzata because that time now the fitness level of Lodamwa it was still in doubt. Enti was under management. And about Patrick Essiedu were left with Joseph Fabulous Samba. Hilary Adabo as the only defensive midfielder. Emmanuel Entry Hubert Gyau tiemiye enti home. Emmanuel Entry Hubert Gyau in middle. Then wings was Philip Amu Peter and Albert Tamwa. It's a carry Kotoko team now. Now Patrick Essiedu and him so offensive minded. Unya Emmanuel Entry offensive minded. Hubert Gyau offensive minded. Philip Amu offensive minded. Peter Ako offensive minded. And Albert Tamwa. Ye carry Kotoko team take say players ben sia. Hey omo coach mo majuma. So goals. So it was an expansive attacking mindset. And a Coach Karim Zito the ball here. What in common I say? If fear will be able someone goals, mame. So the average position based on the video analyst, the data and figures or the buying, Kotoko players near Mubel soon. Kwara 4.5. The distance between Ablo, no last man in defense. Kotoko ball no ball against Kwara. Diana or Chiripaya Ablo. Only keeper no nemuwa. Ablo no directly no make keeper no. And after the game, Kotoko conceded 3 and no share 4. Now Kotoko Nigeria or the ultra defensive game set in a coil. Necessity more attacking with fear ultra defensive. And Lord Amu Ama Joseph Amu about with Kamara impose. No amount a year Henry Ansu for maturity and experience together with Joseph Ablo. Now TMA, Mr. First game no. Kotoko defender no way Chirepaya Ablo. None in Oniki Panimua. And then no Kotoko defenders no Osha no Niki Pane Omoboso. So highlight Anya Juma when game. It was a typical low block. Home game na high line. Away game na a low block with 2 defensive midfielders in a double and Samba O'Neil. For the any friend first ball. If you na a double pen first ball. Na Samba any Ablomako for second ball. But no Samba first ball a double na per second ball. At the first one sana answer be per the third ball. Obe do no abre. And almost have been keeper no low block. What in common I say I mean with him. The tactics one seven American. Then Obo Peter Aqua Hubert Gyau to protect Lord Amwa. Lord penanim ko. Kwara for no so me be catch us some statistics say. Omo crosses pan omo first line of attack. Enti ase de Gyau gina Lord amu anim to ba. O tra Gyau ansa no aba Lord. Because na coach in person of Hamzata. In as much as ye try to protect Lord Amuano, as a CSN you be otimi kwa nanim kwa bibi. Obo Hamzata na. Obebwa Lord. But on timi kwa anim nko strike and kofa go ba. Enti ubo Gyau a oswa. Obetimi akwa basa to protect Lord Amuano. But okwa nanim so otimi kwa bibi to create a chance or also to score. Ye beba ho. Then donzu ene eye Albert Amuano. And on the system, a coach carried it to the coin. First point, we need an entity. The system worked to perfection. System, I am share system. But now, only a Juma coach, so yeah. A man, I keep clean sheet. I am for ball and baton him. The net. And to me catch out in previous video say, I said it on radio now. From this game, my catch say, but the most game in Abba to Sakot Quebec. Na Kotoko qualify and na kura me catch you say 3 us media guso anamanka me say media guso me catch you live your life say me kind me say Coach Karim Zito realizing the mistakes and he had a plan to fix the mistakes. So the system I am share system but it worked. I am share system me say ball ni be jina Kotoko half pa. But a choir opponent in the first edition goes no. E say jina Kotoko half so what tia sa kwan no. Sana system ne na de na maminya gidie ne say Kotoko kobo Kaizer Chiefs of South Africa system we na Zito kobo wo ho. A o mentimi anse. Kotoko ambo expansive attacking game against Kaizer Chiefs of South Africa. It was a defensive minded game of keep clean sheets. Kotoko baby any goal star champion of champion at the time and not pressure was it to say what about the end so there I recorded it a brand pressure was it to so set top forward but enko ye enuntino and we here say obelusu to goal stars no Kotoko boss abo ye bi I am sise ogirachire onyawa no abiem counter attack shot for a chire e de ko share set pieces to ko share goal stars e keep clean sheet. Kotoko the system you could keep clean sheet against Brekum Chelsea. Obi oya Kotoko ni Brekum Chelsea bi anabo no pressure o Kotoko so. Na nya bo abeka se Kotoko dominate and the pressure is opponent so there was pressure on Kotoko. But they keep clean sheet. Na mom e Ghana no decide so pe goals be brain to okobiem no and omo share no. Omo timi share 3. Etina mo gide se okoka ne to twom. Na obo Kaizer Goal Stars ni Chelsea system ni bi. Where the definition of roles, strategy, and work no a defensive minded Kotoko can keep a clean sheet. And send your team share 4 goals to your mono. Now we did this Kotoko be go at your. And if you are keeping a clean sheet and scoring, we are qualifying. So I am share system, but it's best suited for away games. And Tiakwa is a Coach Karim Zito no. I almost say mu bebre wo issues. Me more issues on certain aspects. Name so watch an Africa born boy. The other dreams here and say dreams go home obese. But akwa we are no kobo 0-0. Ain't one Zamalek kobo 0-0. Oh Egypt. Confessor okay there. Some nyina mo kai. Zamalek kobo 0-0. E sa ball na bi no ball ba home out. Count the touchum low block. O the cross bar na keep pia be che no. So per second ball about 2 double pivots now. So all the defenders no call wings now we cut back. Ubedru on ni double pivot no ba ku gina ha clear. And that was the strategy. So we shed ya popo but no. So the system worked to perfection. Number 2, the players were disciplined and they work hard for the system to work. System na Kotoko bon o ya kwadefo a wontimi but you be exposed. Because uko anim no na wo ba wachi uko anim na wo ba wachi enti obi bi o ya kwadefo bi a no okọ nanim obakọ akọka de asemaba. The only player who hwe ball na Kotoko ba Coach Karim Zito man rose said jinanim was Peter Akwa. Peter Akwa ni player who say Coach Karim Zito catch and say who jinanim because ye je awon ye ball ma first. Now what steady Sani tunde the two just say Peter was a thorn in their flesh for first game no. anytime we are Peter Bejibo, we are no man 2 players and a Marky Peter. Till now, he was the first receiver of Kotoko's progressive passes or long passes. Inti abetamu ebanechi, Donzu banechi, Gyau banechi, Adabo tackle, Samba attack. Inti enano, sawe ya kwadwofo a wuntimi mbo, so ye de credit bema omo say, omo tackling skills no, anyhow omo work hard to sweat on an astroturf to make sure say spaces are first game you hear Ghana. Na de da Kotoko team na yebofa ha na enemu yebofa ha na enemu no, they will reduce the spaces. It wasn't perfect. It was not perfect, but it got the job done. Into the hard work nature. Into a player na me obobo na to papa so na we diagram meka, but and then they were hard working. Gyau ko tackle. Ko you set about me so tackle. So tackle kran wan twawa o ma lose balance. To edru samba na samba afa ball no simple. I didn't find the tactical fouls. And then out to Kotoko players na yepa. And then to say they were determined to qualify. Because my catch was on my team. Nigerian League I have already 14th. And a team currently Yegusubo Nigerian League was under 14th. Ebe sawo Kotoko. Yan twem ma wo krum ha. Men ka say yen nsem no and e dey pressure to omo so. But no one ka say nim say ye wo kunbu o kona wontimi andi nkunimu a eye nimgu asesem ma obi anka ya so otimi kodi bo no beba fie papa nka ho ma me nka he so na so dese oti so eno na boys nimu ye so they stand up for their ways omo nsem omo kan no omo gina so e make sure say omo be kosa kom no omo be kokodin, and we are giving them credit for that. They were hard working pa. Confidence number 3, Mohamed Kamara was better than the first game. Almost every player was better than the first game. Obeka said Abetamu and Shegu. First game no say 2 goals. In the 2 goals you better ne. Ejuma Abetamu aye you know. It's not an issue of goal scoring. Albert was basically at a point number 8. Edu baby also in number 10. Edu baby or in number 9. Edu baby o timbe that wings in number 7. Fisena adabo any samba jinechiri na strikers ni mie na se baako ba ebe fa ball ne ko. Enti o say na Albert Amu anse goal. But the off the ball work was brilliant. Kamara had a slow start. But mebo abla baso. Oma Kamara who said, "Yebanejuma ye." And also from science na no tian no anya sa mistake ni biem. Ye starting ball ba ko bi fan oto ne ho, ma ball bi fan nsa ho nyame nko a. Okochi ball ba ko wiem jemu to form nyame nko a. But that is what a leader, a soldier man. Also me capture ablo say, "Ye ball no kruma no. Man can't change face to face ba me kan wa ha. Say go ne toilet and not the tears from me here sa de ni mfiri because he's a soldier man. Onu mom na obi din se mu eso otia no. Eni kwa so ma a spirit say na be mabu. And I can tell you say omo ye say adwuma no. So Kamara had an elevated performance. Lord Amwa defensively oye adwuma no. Okon anim when necessary. Joseph Amwa, he exceeded my expectations. Amwa exceeded my expectations. And what should I say? Left back on obetimi apre. Because ball na aqua boy no. Me aqua makato say minim di aqua betimi aye. But on buy no ball apart from Hearts game no ball no. All other matches aqua ntimi boy. But I know Timu said Joseph Amwa was rock solid. They saw conform. They saw tackle. Or any man his recovery was instant, quick. No was a step back for him. Send your Benya numbers no. Abulo, Ansu was quiet. But no mistakes in the bone. Samba, excellent. And double yellow card net so. At a point he was having positional conflict. As about 8, as about 6. To do webinar so ya. And the Honda see to mebo na baso quick. Second half ye buy and we in film no do you set be gina say there be. So who so baby e won nya agudie set be gina ho. Donzu ni hold up na ha me kakra. But no press it. That is what people did not know. Donzu's mistake was the hold up. On say ball no bona pressure also ye boma obi ma e say wotimi di control na wo gina so ma others ne ba ne omoboko e ho na donzu hu so ba na de donzu ye ne say ball ne kuta opponent na no tumi ka ko nipa no so enti ama ho ntimi gina so mpaase ne ye because ye ba so a e so obo ne ntem enti ene elevated performance. Zito had a strategy right Makadada, but the substitution was decent. The only thing that Zito and me solve was the quick transition of Kwara. Any about fairness, John Mike, no. Rastaman, no. John Mike, when they say 2 goals were hard. Or no, the plan was between Samba, any other no back on stop no. No man, the man marking. But Omen he's a typical classic number 10. Born in Tananano Usuru. In Finfu and found how crowded the area is. He gets the job done. But Omo crosses Scott Costopono. Omo cut back Scott Costopono. Kotoko chance to shoot from distance. And a Kotoko chance to use set pieces to punish them. Sano mo nyina Kotoko stop back Kotoko intimia stop John Mike. On the intimia stop on your ball. But ye sa for ni free hono. E ka ba kono na say aboa no watwaniti e komkwa. Yababa Kotoko supporters a free Ghana call so abaso. You cannot talk about the things you observe without giving them credit. Mesi ebe den, ebobo mabaso. So ofa bas. Meti obi aboa story no. Na ye me ya. Ye beka obi aboa story. So ni obi aboa. Kotoko chite ni efe no obi aboa no. And me say Big Joe try dey be to Twitter. E ha me pa, me hu ina me ra ho. No obi aboa person okobi. E ma at a point, o dey say story ni a different day. But my point is, echitafo no say ena oya e man next time nipa no amfa ni baby ote obeba Ghana obeba Kumasi abehe. Send your supporters na ni abre no. Saa so na mu players no. Esese mo ni so bre. Enkonfe. Ene o mama supporters ni fi Nigeria of anomo Big Joe mo ba. Omo re enho. Chairman Solomo ba omo re enho. Mi hu se philosophy bi. Ena ye nua ba yi Kotokolina onu sukobi mu nyina nyame mfa mbedura sondiem mu amuko ye nyina enuanom sentrofo nyina nyame mfa mbedura sondiem. This is what you do to make memories for the supporters. Ntinipa na Abiyokuta story obeka ni mfie bebre se ofaka Afrigana kwa Abiyokuta okoye no bra obreye no matimi ama eso aba mfaso. The next time se match bi wo ho na eben a obi so betimi adisare so obedi akira kobi na ye building the Kotoko fan base, ye enlarging the Kotoko fan base and the Kotoko size. So credit to the supporters for their wonderful job and dedication. And I'm asking me catch us some be a free gate, but omu ni nipa okrom ho. Also omu heroin and omu no Abiyokuta. Into omu nya nipa te Abiyokuta sese ne omu heroin ho. Ehon kran ko omu be a free gate. But so uko obi ma so ade e dese wa ko obi ma so. No wati obi a woka ukro mu kasa. E ma ho to. Nti uko obi ma so na ukobobo. Na wo se ukro mfo adi wachi wo for flight. No afro bus ademu ama ade ache. E be ta wati a de obetimi aya ama ne se obedi nkuni me de ama no. De otena kra bia bi mu ntimi nkwa adwuma. But so do office mpa or the anije na ekọ office. So credit to the Kotoko supporters. A good start. More to come. The IMC so ebobo mabaso. Early incursions ebaye. Ene hu kakraba. Basa Kotoko tinemu. But he will tell them security arrangement and a bus arrangement. It looks like they took charge of the boys to make sure Obia nyadi ebehano. Obia bibia nkosia ebeha obia ma obia begina so aka se ade esi ye ha ye ntino ene ye ntimi ambobo ni ye ntimi anhye omo make sure say omo eliminate any obstacle that can be a distraction to the players to prevent them from preparing and playing well. The menya issue on ya na dwena omo tena ba asmu ko kankran no. But even away from that, utimu say all necessary efforts as management say omo ye because ene ball nke ye boy na ya ansha kanana penkra ho asem ye beka kenye Zito pe enye players penke beka IMC no ntilo asafu duku akoto asenso nana penkra ene mo amutimi ko ye nyina no yabo supporters led by Chairman Sulabaso no ese ye bo IMC na baso They made things comfortable for the players. What in come on I say? Accra camping. Omni Michel Kumasi Benya, a taste of AstroTurf. And son of Moko, Nina Kama. But the job is not done. You say the job is not done. The real job is work. Referee was decent. Nina observations. So Kwara for no sign tuned to just say Kotoko penalty almost in Kwamba first way. But also Osuro Boadi of one. So Boboni and when Dinsin who box Mama referee but from the word go, referee modern and modern Babacas were bony trimpo so besisu. Your referee go debaters were bony trimpo so besisu. And your referee out to say or the Mrani Yejuma. Because the physical nature, referee who say Ghana, Nigeria, Boba, there will be physicalities with the other come with the come with the and then you saw my yellow. Due to a ref, now one go into the game to frustrate the Kotoko players. So psychologically, the Kotoko players were not frustrated. Come on, I mean, who did not say they were not frustrated. As a Kotoko frustrated as a referee, offside, a yellow card, be a yamau. That did not happen. He allowed the game to flow. He had authority over the game. And to me, if Ukwa away now, we have this kind of officiating, we make us when you fairness. Because away we not be say. So there were fouls he was awarding to Kotoko. Line, so one was a line here, you go be was a player be, maybe I'll throw Bibanu to Nika Kosuton in tem. No. Until referee also had it right. To from Zito stopping Kwara from his tactical arrangement, decision number 1 playing Joseph Amoa, solid. Benching Philip Amo, benching Emmanuel Enchi, benching Kwaju said, not starting Walid Neymar. Meaning bold decisions. Even to play Samba in midfield. Play a double after first half and go your way in a film. Bold decision. At a point, Oyi Ablo Frimu, Ede Hamza Tabai. Yehu any changes in defense. Or making sure say entry by or the Lord Listo or by. And this is the first game for Lord Listo. And what Moon said that time not Patrick said Waba. Lord Listo also by and also making sure say Ota a see a do to pay. It's not been kumono a quiet now. Into credit to the team. Oh my idea. This is what Kotoko fans have been calling for. Omo Mbeka se born in Yefeno. The most important thing was the qualification. Na nya kobo bo fe ayen koso nyame anim because ye bia mu okumas Ghana no ye consider 3. Nti okwasia na ensa na de okwasia na nsua de every baby asinto aba. Ti na ese coach sua de every baby asinto aba. No make sure say infomso na esi wa ha no onko repeat ni biem. Nti de ebe we sure mo ye say safe journey. Na nkopon ensan form nyina embeduru Ghana sundwem. Na de aka nyina na yemfa entoa so emfa emomo ewo ho. Nti konfe bo we no so stop we no na ye stop we no so ne ehu de ebe stop recording no na mintimi mbrambe se metimi aba kenkan amanfo comment ye nyoma mienu ye recording and yes I streaming nti ese ye kan mienu nyina bom